Hi YouTubers, it's moving day for the baby chicks, the meat birds. They're not babies anymore. I guess I should have taken some videos earlier on. We got two or three different kinds here. We're trying to do some experimenting. When I brought them home, of course, they were just, or when I got them, they're just day-old babies. So I had them in these two dog crates up until now. Now they've way outgrown them. So we're going to put them. This is our, used to be carport. Okay, this used to be a beat up old carport that sat down in the corner growing up in weeds. And I got it out and kind of refurbished it and put a different cover over the top and put some doors in the end here to make a chicken pen out of it. Primarily for our laying hens, our pullets, who are these girls right here. We got them in the end of September last year, so they just started laying not too long ago. There's 9 of them total, and we get about 6 eggs a day so far, which is not bad when you consider the Buff Orpingtons are the majority of them, and they're actually a dual purpose breed, which was kind of why I bought them. The other 4 are a hybrid egg layer. They're called cinnamon queens, and they're real friendly, but they're not affectionate like the Buffs are. They probably lay better, more eggs, but the main thing is you can't just reproduce more cinnamon queens from cinnamon queens. With Buffs, we can, once we get a rooster going, we can actually brood our own dual purpose flock out of them to replace these and to replace the ones that get processed. So anyway, this is just a quick overview here of how we did the pen. Just built a little framework there and made a couple of screen doors to put on it. I've always wanted a one of those pocket screw jigs. And I said, this is time to get a pocket screw jig. So that's how I put these all together. And with that you get a nice flat door. It doesn't take up a lot of space. So that's pretty cool. We go in here. When I built this, when I first put this together a couple of months ago, the hens, pullets, had been in this box that was meant to be just a brooder box, actually, temporary brooder box. I got them in the fall, so I knew they were going to have to be someplace warm, and so I built this and just set it on a table in the garage where I could keep an eye on it and keep it warmer. And it's got some flow-through ventilation here, and, doors that slide open and close to open or close the ventilation. It's got I put these doors on, sliding doors on both ends, and a sliding clean-out door on both ends. So it's pretty handy, but I made it out of really cheap plywood, old plywood material, and they're not plywood paneling. So if it was out in the weather, it wouldn't stand at all, but works pretty nice in here under the roof. So now we're putting our new babies in here. These are, oh gosh, they'll be 4 weeks old on Tuesday. And I've got an assortment here. The white ones they're the ones I'm really excited about. I wanted to be able to raise meat chicks without having to buy the chicks every year. First off, it seems kind of counterproductive to pay $3 or $4 a piece for chicks, and then you still got to feed them and everything else. But then besides that, after the last year or so, it seems like you just can't find chicks. Whenever you got to buy them when they're there. You can't just wait till the last minute and go to the farm store and get them. I went to the farm store several times and they're always empty. They sell out as quick as they get there. Anyway, these white ones with the black speckles are Delaware broilers. They're Delawares, which is actually kind of not endangered, but it's a fairly forgotten breed. They were actually created, I believe, in the late 20s, maybe early 30s, as a commercial meat chicken. And they were kind of ruled the roost on that, so to speak. No pun intended. Okay, pun intended. Anyway, until the Cornish Crosses came out, and then all the commercial brooders went to them because they mature faster. These guys, the Cornish Crosses are supposed to mature around 8 weeks. And, these Delaware broilers are supposed to mature to butcher weight around 12 to 14 weeks. So it's a little bit longer, but you don't have the health problems with these that you have with the Cornish Cross. And they got strong, they're really good at scavengers. If you have a place where you can free range them, they're really good for free ranging. They're said to be, fairly blocky. And the best part is, just like the Buff Orpingtons, you can just once we get these raised up, we're going to butcher a few of them to see what the carcass looks like, and then we're going to save 2 or 3, probably 3 at least, of the hens, and 1 or 2 roosters, and then we can start breeding our own replacement meat chicks. Won't have to buy anything from the hatchery anymore to raise for meat. And we can do smaller batches. We can do a dozen chicks, raise up a dozen butcher chicks 3 or 4 times a year if we want to. So that's something we're really looking forward to. Now the red ones there are they're called ginger broilers. Got them from Murray McMurray hatcheries, and they're supposed to grow up really blocky, kind of similar to the shape of the Cornish Cross, but they grow slower, so they're more flavorful, juicy, and what's the word? Anyway, in my opinion, tastier meat. Well, I don't know that yet because I haven't tasted them yet, but that's what I'm told. I don't like the meat of the Cornish Cross. It seems like it's soft and mushy and just kind of gross. So I'm looking forward to these guys. Now, I can't reproduce these on the farm, but anytime, if they turn out good, and they're supposed to be mature around 12 weeks. So anytime that I can get these, if I decide that I want to, raise something other than the Delawares and the Buff Orpingtons, I can get these and don't have the health issues and all that kind of stuff that you do with the Cornish Cross. These guys are bred, they tell me, in higher elevations, so you don't have the high elevation problems that you do with the Cornish Cross. You don't have the heart problems, the leg problems, and they say that they don't just lay in their own poop by the feeder and make more poop. So anyway, that's our chickies. We're excited about them. We're not done moving them yet. I got several more over there in the doghouse that I got to get moved over into here. They're going to have a lot more room. These guys in here are already just having a blast, running around, jumping on their little roost there, and just being baby chicks. They've really grown fast. I'm excited about that. I've got them on a meat bird ration because it's 22% protein. Fat content's about the same as the regular grower, and the price is about the same. So I said, how can we go wrong? So anyway, we got them on the meat bird grower, and they seem to be really doing good. About another week, as soon as I can find some small enough grit for them, I'm going to start adding in some of my whole grain mix that I feed the hens. You see that right down here. This is all my hens have had since about 8 weeks. It's oats, 1 part oats, 1 part cracked corn, 1 part soybean, black oil sunflower seeds. So that could be cut down some, especially in the summertime, because you don't want to get too much fat in them in the summertime. It can cause egg laying problems. But they also, in order to get the protein up, the only thing I could find that was economically feasible was soybean meal. You cannot give chickens raw soybeans. You have to either roast them and crack them, or the process of extracting soybean oil from them gives us soybean meal, and they say that destroys the toxins that are in the raw soybeans. So, and it's like almost 50% protein. It's really good protein for them. So I put in basically 1 part each of corn and oats, half part of sunflower seeds and a half part, third part to a half part of soybean oil, or soybean meal. And I get somewhere, I figured it out a couple of times, somewhere between 22 and 26% protein in my final mix. And they just love it. They're producing really good on it. I just got 6 eggs this morning from these 9 birds, and that one just dropped one on my foot here while I was talking to you. So the Buff Orpingtons are great pets, by the way. So, okay, I'm going to go finish unloading these guys over here and get them into their new digs, get them some food, and we'll see you on the next go round. Hey, if you want to keep up with what's going on with the chicks, if you got any ideas of your own that you want to share, put it in the comments down below. If you just want to keep up with what's going on, hit that mash that subscribe button, hit the like. It'll tell YouTube that you like what we're talking about here and what we're doing. And I'll see you next time around. Okay, God bless you. Bye.